Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Greyhound TV on this sunny and windy Tuesday as the Gilman Greyhounds take on the Calvert Hall Cardinals. Coming into today, both teams are 2-2, sitting in fourth place in the MIAA. John, do you want to tell us a little bit about the history of these two teams?
Yeah, so this is just a classic Gilman-Calvert Hall baseball rivalry. And, sadly 2 years ago, Gilman fell to Calvert Hall in the MIAA championship, so they're definitely out here looking to get their revenge today.
Absolutely. Today, Gilman has Peter Hubeck on the mound. So far, he is 1-1 on the season with a 2.0 ERA and 30 strikeouts in 14 innings. He's definitely one of the key players for this Gilman team. John, do you want to let us know who Peter will be facing against?
Yeah, so the first three batters today is going to be Chase DeValley starting in right field. You have Alex Kahn, who's going to be the starting third baseman, and Lamar King, who's the catcher. So those are the first three coming up, and then we'll have John Harris, the designated hitter, coming in fourth.
Peter Hubeck just taking some warm-up pitches here before we get started.
All right, here comes Chase, the right fielder, batting first, coming to face Pete.
The Greyhounds, number 17, Peter Hubeck.
Apologies for any noise in the background. It is a windy day out here.
Batting number 26, Chase DeValley.
And we are getting started here.
That's just going to be a little high right there. Pete is going for the high fastball. Umpire didn't give it to him. Maybe he's looking for the batter to swing here. See what happened on the second pitch.
Strike there for Peter.
That's a nice inside pitch by Pete. Getting the count to 1-1. Let's see what he's got here.
Another strike there for Hubeck.
Same place, same strike. Great pitch by Pete.
Little pitch low and away there.
One for the curveball, but little outside. But 2-2. Let's see what Pete's got.
And a strikeout.
Great first up at bat for Pete. He pitched really well. He went for the curveball on the 1-2 count, but
Number 6.
that was a great first at bat.
Yeah, fantastic start for Peter as he adds another strikeout, making that 31 on the season.
All right, here is Alex Kahn, the second hitter in this inning. There's a foul tip right there. Alex Kahn is one of the better players on this Calvert Hall team. He's been on varsity for a while now, so
This should be a great matchup here between Peter and Kahn.
This will definitely be the best matchup right here.
That one's high for a ball. Another foul back.
You can tell he's definitely an aggressive hitter right there. He's got confidence, and that's what you really like to see in a hitter. But we'll see what Pete's got for him right here. 1-2.
Fielded.
Great throw by Casey Bishop to Owen Holmgren for the second out of the day. That's just great fielding right there. Very easy. No bad hops, and that's just what you like to see. Very easy, very perfect. All right, we have Lamar King, the catcher, coming up to hit here.
That one's low for a ball. That's a strike. Great pitch by Peter there.
Can Owen get it to Pete? Nice flip by Owen.
A great first inning by the Hounds. 3 batters up, 3 outs, and we will be back at the bottom of the first.
Batting number 12, Ryan Martinez.
Welcome back in the bottom of the first. John, who do we have up at bat?
This is Ryan Martinez, the San Francisco commit. That's a great hit by Martinez. That's just going to drop. That should be a double right there. That is just a perfect spot for a hitter right in between the center and the left fielder. That's a great hit, and the Gilman bench is very excited.
What a way to start the bottom
Batting number
of the
9,
first.
Adam Hicks.
Great
So-
job by Ryan Martinez, a senior on this team, definitely one of the leaders.
Next up, we have sophomore Adam Hicks. He is the starting right fielder today, and he's actually been having a pretty good season for a sophomore being on varsity. And so let's see what he has to bring to the plate today. That was a high bunt. That's going to get Martinez to third.
There will be a sacrifice bunt there, but I mean, great play by Gilman. I was talking to some of the players earlier today, and this is definitely something they like to run a lot. They're going to use the bunt many times throughout this game to try to advance their runners.
Yep, and up now we have Casey Bishop, who's the starting shortstop today. He's the Towson commit, and hopefully going to hit Martinez in. Let's see what he does.
Another one of these senior leaders on the Gilman team. He'll take the strike there.
Casey's actually been hitting pretty well this year, and I'm going to say that he's a great fielder, very disciplined, and he's been very disciplined at the plate too. So let's see how he's going to do up against this pitcher.
That one's high for a ball.
Ball outside. Great eye by Casey Bishop.
Two and one count so far.
Just tipped that one, went right back into the net. He's now at a 2-2 count. He's going to have to protect the plate on this one. That was a curveball right there. Casey was a little late on it, but way to protect the plate again.
Fouled off again.
You know, Nate, this is just a great at-bat by Casey. He's already working the pitcher. I'm sure Jack Kerr is he's going to start to get tired after multiple of these, 6, 7 pitch at-bats.
Yeah,
this is a great at-bat by
definitely
Casey.
Definitely a good battle between the pitcher and the batter at this point.
And the shortstop fumbles it right there.
And Gilman will get a run. Great job by Martinez getting home, and great job by Bishop hitting him in.
Yep, that's a great hit right by second base. Tough ball for the shortstop to get. And Casey Bishop gets on first.
Gets an RBI.
Yep. And now we have the DH, Mr. Trevor Weiner. He's a strong hitter, he can hit it pretty far.
Yeah, if this guy makes good contact, look out, it could be gone.
It could be gone, Nate. I'm excited to see what he's got for us today. Try to pick off Casey right there. Unsuccessful. Ball high. Great eye by Trevor Weiner. That's just good discipline right there.
Absolutely. Tried to pick him off again. Again, not successful.
Casey's just a little too quick there, and he's got that perfect lead, kind of getting in Jack Kerr's head right there. So he's just doing his job over there.
Trying to pick him off again. First baseman couldn't really handle the ball there, but Casey does not advance.
I would say, if Lamar King got that a little bit more on the inside, first baseman may have gotten him, but that's no worries from them. No harm done.
Casey does seem confident having that lead.
Foul tip out by the third base line. At least, he's staying aggressive and making contact on those balls that he thinks he can hit. So, I'd say that's a good move by Trevor. Let's see what he's got here, though. 2-1.
He'll take a strike there looking.
That was a pretty nice curveball. Maybe he thought that was a little outside, but got him at the last second. Let's see what he's got on 2-2.
It's a big at-bat for the Hounds.
This is.
Again, trying to pick off Bishop at first, just not happening.
You can already hear the bench nagging at the pitcher, and that's just a big part of baseball, especially in high school. So, maybe getting in his head a little bit, but ball outside. Great eye by Trevor. 3-2. Let's see what he does. It's either gonna be a walk or maybe he strikes out, but let's hope he gets a nice clean hit here. Foul.
Barely tipped back.
Casey's gonna have to go back. But on 3-2, you're pretty much always running. Unless it's a pop-up, you're gonna want to head back. But in this situation, there's only one out, so he's gonna have to tag up. But hopefully, Trevor doesn't pop out and gets a nice clean hit.
Again, trying to pick him off. Just not very close.
That's the 4th or 5th time. I'm going to say they're really getting in his head now, and he's just, that's what he's doing. He's just getting in his head. He's worrying about him too much.
Oof. Oh, he
Wow,
is safe at
he's
second.
safe.
It
And
looked like the ball was there in time. Maybe just the tag missed. Great slide by Casey into second.
Pete, you're back.
so since he walked, that was a good eye by Trevor right there. The ball was outside, and now we got Pete Hubeck up here, the starting pitcher today. ball outside. You know, this is a tough inning. He's already at 16 pitches. You know, you're going to really want to keep your pitch count low if you want to be able to go for 4 or 5 innings. So Pete's just going to have to do his thing, maybe get some great contact here, and maybe drive Casey and even Trevor in.
Yeah, again, Peter, one of the leaders of this team. Absolutely amazing pitcher and a good hitter as well.
Yeah, you know, just because he's a pitcher doesn't mean Pete can't hit, so I wouldn't underestimate Pete at all here.
That one is fouled pretty far back.
You know, but I'd say as a pitcher, though, it's good to be aggressive because, you know, as long as you're staying aggressive at the plate, some people might think that pitchers are not hitters, and, you know, I disagree. I think plenty of pitchers are definitely able to hit, especially Pete.
Coming in today, Peter's batting average is .313, so he definitely can hit.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I'm saying. I mean, pitchers can definitely hit, especially guys like Pete, pretty tall guy, and you know, he can definitely hit it pretty far. So I would not be worried about sending Pete to hit at all.
That is exactly what
That's
we
a
were
great
talking
shot.
about.
That is a great shot right there. That's going to be a double. Trevor better get home. Oh, no, he's going to be held up at third. No worries. That's another run in there. That's a great hit by Pete Hubeck.
Pete again displaying why he's one of the best players in the entire MIAA.
I mean, the Wake Forest commit, that's just what you like to see. Now you're going to have a base runner on there. I believe that is Mr. Paquette. He is going to be on second now, and we got Danny Likas, the third baseman today. He's typically the starting catcher, but he's starting at third base. He's been doing well. He's a freshman this year, and he's actually been hitting very well. So let's see what he's got to bring to the plate, hopefully driving in some of our runners.
That'll be a strike.
First strike, you know, sometimes you just want to see what the pitcher's got when you get up to the plate. So Danny's going to take the first one. That's a good eye. Pitcher's trying to get him on an outside pitch, maybe catch him swinging, but Danny, too disciplined. So in that,
They didn't tag him. He didn't tag him. There was no force out there. He did not tag him.
Yeah.
Trevor walks right in for the run.
that's just got to be an awareness right there. I mean, you got to know that he's got to be forced to go home, which he's not.
Definitely an error by the catcher there, and Gilman gets a free run off
Yeah.
that.
Number 5.
What looked to be a bad sequence of events
Yeah.
for the Hounds actually turned out to be great.
We got Owen Holmgren up to bat, another senior leader here. And to go back to that play, I mean, that's just got to hurt your pitcher right there. I mean, he's only got 1 out and 21 pitches. He's got to get off the mound. So, you know, that's really not helping out your pitcher. Let's see what Owen's got to do. A disciplined hitter right here. And that's just a great shot down the right
Down the
field
first
line.
base
That's
line.
going to get another person in. That's just a nice cut right there. That was
Great job by the Hounds. Owen with an RBI single.
a beautiful swing. Another run scored. That's just some Gilman Hounds baseball right there.
Batting number 19, Colin McPherson.
So this is Colin McPherson up to bat. He's the starting left fielder today. A lefty. That's our first lefty of the day. And
Another underclassman for these Hounds.
yeah, he's a sophomore this year. But, you know, we have a lot of young guys on varsity, but that's just because they're good. And, you know, Colin's a great player. He's been playing for a long time. Let's see what he's got. That was a big swing by Colin right there, you know. Sometimes you're getting excited when you got guys on base. You want to hit a big shot for your team. He's got to keep his head in and stay strong. Nate?
Absolutely. Trying to pick off Owen at first, unsuccessful again.
So typically, first and third, you'll see a lot of times that the runner on first will try and steal. you'll get a sign from your third base coach that he's going to steal, so the batter will typically won't swing. But we'll see what Coach Sheets has planned for Owen on base. Showing a bunt right there.
Again, as I alluded to earlier in the game, Gilman loves to use the bunt to advance runners, especially when we still only have one out in this inning. I could see it definitely happening here to try to get Owen to second.
Well, it's 0-2 count for Colin. He's going to have to protect the plate here. May go for a sac bunt, but I would say unlikely.
That one is just low.
Just low. Tough pitch. Calvert Hall's not liking that call. The bench already arguing. I mean, you can tell you're down 4-0 in the first inning. Your pitcher's struggling out there, and they just want to help out his pitcher.
This would be a huge out for Calvert Hall if they're able to secure it. And he will get him swinging.
Strike three. You know, that's a tough at bat for Colin, but you know he's keeping his head in there and he's staying aggressive. Don't want to be caught looking at those strike threes. Now we got our starting catcher today, Matt Wills. He's a senior. He's been on varsity baseball for 3 years now, and we'll see what he's got. Veteran player.
That one will be low for a ball.
You can see he's showing signs to his runners, you know, stay on base because the catcher blocked it. That's good awareness and way to help out your teammates right there.
Despite the last at-bat being the best for the pitcher so far, he does seem to be having a little bit of fatigue trying to shake out that throwing arm. He has thrown a ton of pitches.
Hop up for Matt Wills. That's behind the net. 1-1. This is the bottom of the lineup, and if we continue, we'll hit in the start with Ryan Martinez yet again.
It's going to be low into the outside.
Pitcher and catcher just getting signs. Ball outside again. You know, this is tough.
Yeah.
This is tough. I mean, first inning, he's got 29 pitches. Catcher's going to talk to the pitcher. Coach is coming out now. We'll see. We'll see what happens if there's going to be a change of pitch. Batting coach is coming to talk to the batter. Doesn't seem like he's going to change pitchers, but he's talking to their infield, talking to the pitcher, see what's going on.
You know, John, with the struggling pitcher in the high pitch count, what is Matt looking to do here?
You know, Matt just wants to take a nice swing. It's 3-1 right now. Oh, you know, I could have been wrong actually. There might be a pitching change right now. I can see what you all can't see is there's someone warming up right now up, and that's going to be a finish day for him, for Jack Kerr. You know, he gave it his best effort with 29 pitches.
Definitely did not get help from his catcher. You know, I mean, I feel bad for him on that one play. They had a free out. It wasn't able to get it, but
you know, there was a couple errors in the infield. I mean, you can't, you know, as a pitcher, you really can't do anything about those errors. I mean, you know, he had a couple tough hits on Gilman. You know, Gilman's hitting well, but I mean, this is MIAA conference baseball, so you know you're gonna get great hitters and great pitchers. So I mean, sometimes that's how it goes. And if I'm Matt right here, I'm looking at the pitcher. I'm seeing what he's got. It's a 3-1 count right now. It's kind of, I would say, uncharacteristic to bring in a pitcher in the middle of an actual at bat, but this is a 3-1. He's hitting on this. He's taking a swing because he's got a strike to spare.
And we're gonna go to break while he warms up. It could be a little while. Welcome back to Greyhound TV. We do have some new information that the previous pitcher was injured and went to go talk to the training staff, so I hope he is okay.
Right here is Scott Borgman.
And he will walk.
And that's a walk. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's tough to come in. You know, I mean, when you have an injured pitcher, he's seen the athletic training staff at Gilman right now, and you got to come in and try and save an at bat. That's tough. And right here we have Jermaine Conyers, a senior.
Pinch running at first base.
He's a pinch runner. You know, Jermaine's very fast. He's a multi-sport athlete. He's going to F&M for football, and you know, he's just a wonderful athlete on the basketball court, on the baseball field, and on the football field. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't a loaded bases, then
Absolutely.
he might have gotten a steal. That's a shot by Ryan Martinez, but they're going to get him on the out, though.
And that will conclude the first inning as Gilman scores 4 runs. And we will be back for the top of the second. Welcome back to Barrett Field, where Peter Hubeck is again on the mound. He only threw 12 pitches in that first inning, 8 strikes and 4 balls in comparison to Calvert Hall. That is very minimal. John, can you tell us a little about what Peter brings to the mound?
Yeah, so Pete, he's got a very fast fastball. He can throw up to 94 miles per hour. I think that's his highest fastball. I mean, as an 18-year-old senior, that is just crazy. I mean, that's college baseball for sure. I mean, that's even looking at going to the MLB right there when you have that kind of talent. And so typically when you get to if Pete gets a strike here and it goes 1-2, he's probably going to throw a curveball. That's a little low right there, 2-1. But he's got a very nice curveball, just like some other pitchers on this team, especially Bennett Spicer. He has a very mean curveball, and he probably has a changeup in his repertoire as well. That's a strike right there, 2-2. I'm going to say Pete's going to go for maybe a high fastball or an outside fastball and try and catch him swinging, but we'll see what he has on this next pitch. That's a tough call right there, 3-2. Coach Larry Sheets is very unhappy. The umpire does not want to hear anything from either side.
Looked like a great pitch to me, but
that's got to be a field by Casey. Great field. Owen Holmgren, I mean, that's just chemistry right there. And they swing it around back to Pete, and he gets his 4th out of the day. He's at 18 pitches right now. I mean, he's looking great for Pete. I mean, if you compare this to Jack Kerr, who had to be taken out of the game due to an injury, he's just performing much better. That's a curveball. That's a beautiful curveball. Little high, but still, he's trying to change it up for the hitters. Right now, we have Jake Butler, who's the starting left fielder today.
Jake Butler just trying to get something done here. If Calvert Hall could even get one man on base, it might be able to spark some sort of thing coming here, but Pete has been ruthless with these pitches.
I mean, he's just throwing strikes right now. Batter's asking for time to get settled. Get ready to face Pete. That is wide right. That's going to be foul. He's definitely late. You know, Pete's bringing the heat right now. And if you actually notice right there, when he calls time, Pete threw it right after the umpire lowered his hand just so he can try and catch the batter off guard. That's a beautiful curveball right there. I mean, that's a classic 1-2 pitch. I mean, that's just a great curveball, and Pete's gonna make that happen.
You can see why Pete is so dangerous for this Greyhound team. I mean, that at-bat lasted maybe a minute.
He's already at 22. He's at a 22 pitch count facing the middle of the lineup. Pete's looking great right now. This right here is number 10, Owen Liberto. He is the starting second baseman. Strike.
Count will be 1-1.
That's an inside curveball. You can just see how he's leaning back on that, maybe hopefully to get hit or, you know, get on base, but, you know, those curveballs can be very deceiving at sometimes. That's an outside pitch, 3-1. You know, if I were Owen right here, he's going to be trying to swing at this one. Pete might bring a fastball, but he's going to try and swing at this one just because it's 3-1. It's a hitter's count right here. That's going to be foul. But, you know, he was ready for that one. He was ready to swing at that.
He's got a full count here.
That's a good mindset from him. Full count. Let's see what Pete's going to bring. I'm going to say he's probably going to go for a high fastball strike.
It will drop in.
Just popped in there. You know, way to block that by Owen, though. You don't want to let that get past you and maybe get an extra bag for the batter. So that's just, you know, way to get in front of it. That's a tough ball. Had a lot of backspin on that ball. Little miscommunication. That's a tough ball for Casey to get all the way from shortstop.
Yep, and the Cardinals will get their first batter on base. Lefty here for the Cardinals.
This is Mike Winicky right here. He's their starting first baseman, and as Nate just said, he's their first lefty of the day for Calvert Hall. 1-0 for Pete. That's a big hit right there, but a pop up for Matt Liddell, and that's an easy catch for Matt. That's a high ball, and you know, Matt's just a great center fielder, very fast, very disciplined, and that's just a typical catch for Matt Liddell right there.
Again, Peter Hubeck displaying all the different pitches he has in his repertoire and just dominating the game so far. We'll be back for the bottom of the second. Welcome back to the bottom of the second. Who do we have here, John?
We got Adam Hicks. He sack bunt first First at bat, getting Ryan Martinez to third. He's taking a strike first pitch.
Adam Hicks got a 176 batting average on the season thus far.
That's a ball in the dirt. That's a good eye by Adam Hicks. Now, for our starting pitcher, Pete Hubeck, there's actually, he's already committed to Wake Forest, but there's actually multiple Major League Baseball scouts here today just for that kind of talent. That's a pop-up for Adam, and the center fielder makes a routine pop-up catch. Now back to what I was saying, you know, Pete, he's just he's such a talented player, and you know, when he's throwing at pitches, you know, 94, 90, and if he's going to hit 95 and 96, you know, that's just something that the MLB scouts want to get their hands on, just because, you know, when you can harness that kind of power, that's something that could be used in the league and at great talents.
Casey Bishop up to bat here. He has a batting average of 400 so far this season, so he's definitely...
That's just, I mean, that's what you want to see in your three-hitter right there. You know, Casey's already had a hit today, and let's see if he can do it again.
Low ball there.
Correction, it was actually an error on Casey, but, you know, he's still making contact, and that's really what matters, you know. That's a strike. That's a tough pitch for Casey. You know, those outside balls are really tough to go for sometimes. That's kind of the pitcher's deception right there.
2-1 count so far. That one's high for another ball. Bring the count to 3-1.
All right, I'd say for a disciplined 400 hitter like Casey, he's going to try and do everything he can to get a great shot right here. Ball 4 in the dirt.
Now batting number 18, Trevor Weiner.
Trevor Weiner up to bat. So far this season, he's batting 200. He is the DH for this Hounds team.
He's safe, Casey.
Pitcher Ryan Seifert tried to pick him off there, unable to.
You know, Ryan Seifert just had a tough at-bat. He's looking to battle back. He's at 10 pitches right now, nothing to worry about. Hopefully staying healthy, and he's now got to face Trevor. 0-0.
Trevor does not swing at that, but does take a strike.
You know, that seemed to be an off-speed pitch, perhaps a curveball, maybe just your typical changeup. That was a little inside for Trevor. Trevor didn't like this. You know, he's kind of just letting that first pitch go. Casey's really doing a great job of challenging both pitchers today. I mean, he's just in their head. They keep throwing it back to the first baseman, and so far he's been perfect.
Absolutely. Great job to stop the swing there by Trevor and take the ball. Bring the count to 1-1. Again, not even close, but Casey is really getting in these pitchers' heads.
I mean, that's got to be the 7th or 8th time right there. I mean, that's just, you want to be in the pitcher's head, because now when he's going to have to throw to Trevor, it's more than likely. It's very distracting.
High,
Get down,
Casey's trying to
Casey.
steal, and he does successfully.
That's a tough throw from the catcher. Kind of tough to scoop for the second baseman there. But you know what? Casey got there safe, and now he's on second. Great steal from Casey Bishop. No one's covering second, so he's free to lead as much as he wants.
Someone now
he's
cheating
back.
over, trying to pick him off.
You know, you'll typically hear a little pat of the glove when you're the second baseman or shortstop, depending on where you're shifted to let your pitcher know to throw it back to you, so you can potentially tag that runner out. Trevor Weiner, 2-1. That's a ground ball to the shortstop, Alex Kahn, and Casey sliding home, safe.
Safe.
That's just great effort by Casey Bishop. You
Again,
know,
another error by the Calvert Hall Cardinals there. I mean, they
Yeah.
looked like they could have gotten Trevor out at first base, but unable to handle the ball, and it also allows the run in.
that's Janwell Wisipi right there. You know, that's just a tough ball for him. Throwing it a little low for the first baseman. Tough scoop, unable to connect. Pete, 1 for 1 already today.
Got a batting average of .313 on the season, so again, another powerful hitter.
And that's just what you love to see out of a great pitcher.
Low and away there.
Low ball. Pete's looking at coach sheets for some signs. He's being encouraging. See if he's going to take a swing right here.
Another
Way outside for Mr. Seifert right there.
these Cardinals pitchers continuing to struggle against these very skilled Gilman hitters.
You know, this definitely does take a toll on the team. You know, when you have pitchers up who are struggling, that's way high.
Yeah.
For 3-0, catcher's got to go talk to him.
Yeah. You got to feel for these pitchers in some way, though. I believe that is the second error so far. I mean, it just got to be disheartening that you finally get a good play and then there's an error. I mean, it's the second one of the game, and it's just can't be helping out. You got to help out your pitcher when
I
they're
mean,
struggling.
I just couldn't agree more with you, Nate. When you're in the field playing defense, I mean, that's what you're there to do. You're there to help out your pitcher. You want to make them hit to you, and when you can't convert, it's hard on your pitcher because he's throwing a lot of pitches. That's a strike. Pete stepped out a little early there, didn't like the pitch. But he's 3-1. Let's see what he's going to do here. That's the hitter's count right here. Hopefully he goes. He's probably going to go for a swing right here unless he's walking.
He does.
Down the right field line, and that's a catch.
Play is
Trevor's got
made.
to tag up.
Safe.
That was close. You know, that's a good swing by Pete right there, right down the right field line, trying to get it into some of those tough places to catch, but, you know, that was a great catch by the right fielder, Chase DeValley. Now we got Danny Likas, starting third baseman.
Danny having a batting average of .455 in the season, so definitely one of the better hitters on this team thus far.
I mean, that's amazing as a freshman. I mean, coming up to varsity baseball, making a start, starting the catcher and third baseman, and already playing like he is with a .455 average. That's just impressive.
Again, the Cardinals trying to pick off the Hounds at first, but unsuccessfully.
0-1 count for Danny. That was a off-speed pitch right there, a little high. Maybe that would have been a ball, but you know, it's hard to tell from here. But you know, way to protect the plate. It is 0-2, so he's really gonna have to
Buckle down here.
Yes, he is. That's a good pitch by Seifert right there, throwing it outside, making him reach for it. You know, not to worry though, it's 5-0 at the top of the third.
welcome back as Peter Hubeck is on the mound taking on Wispy, who has 2 errors so far in this game, looking to maybe redeem himself a little bit for this Cardinals team.
You know, when you're going up against a pitcher, when you're already having a tough game like Pete with MLB scouts here, I mean, it's just it might even seem daunting. I mean, he's throwing really fast, and as a hitter, that, I mean, you got to go in there with confidence, but when you're already struggling, it may seem daunting.
Absolutely.
That first pitch was a foul tip. 0-1. Strike. Perfect down the middle pitch. Wispy didn't like that one.
Peter again just displaying that amazing fastball he has. You know, we said 94, but teammates claim he can go higher than that, and that'll be 3 pitches and an out.
I mean, that's just greatness right there. I mean, 0-2, curveball's pretty much guaranteed. Just perfectly executed. First out for the Gilman Hounds.
Batting number 21, Varsity.
All right, now we're at the bottom of the lineup. We got their starting center fielder, Mr. Smith. We'll see how he's going to hit. Already 0-1, foul tip.
Right, Rakeem Smith with a 1-1 count so far. Foul tip.
Foul tip right there. Staying aggressive at the plate, 1-2. You know, you might get your off-speed pitch or a curveball right here. Wouldn't be surprised from such an excellent pitcher like Pete. No, I was wrong. Outside fastball. You know, but it's always good to switch it up like that, though. You want to be in the hitter's head. They don't know what's coming.
Right down the first base line, and that will be an error by Owen Holmgren. Unable to secure the ball there. Unfortunate, but it's all right.
No, it's the first error for Gilman today. No worries for the Hounds. They just got to get back at it. Can't get too frustrated over something like that.
Now batting number 26,
So we're back to the top of the lineup for Calvert Hall. We got Chase Tavalli.
He did strike out looking the first time around against Pete. See what he can do this time. That ball low, behind.
Well, that went behind Matt Wills right there. He was confused on where the ball is. That happens sometimes. The runner, excuse me.
Does
Wispy,
advance.
He did advance. So now Chase has got a 1-0 count going up against Pete. You know, that's what Gilman's really got to avoid, having too many errors, though. I mean, as long as they avoid errors against this good Calvert Hall team, they'll be able to hopefully take away with the win today.
Absolutely. You know, the first error by Owen, it happens, but 2 in a row, it's not looking.
You just can't have that. But, you know, Pete's battling back with his first strike. That's just the mindset you really need. You really can't let your team get down. You don't want too many errors to affect you, because as soon as that does, you just start going downhill from there. So Gilman got to keep it together here. That's going to be a pop-up over Calvert Hall's dugout. Strike 2, 2-2 for Chase Tavalli.
Tavalli again trying to redeem himself for the strikeout, looking in the first inning.
Wow, that's a tough call.
Very tough call
Pete
there.
doesn't really like that right there. So does the Gilman bench. Not liking that call, but he's going to have to live with it. 3-2. Let's see if he can get out of this at bat.
Down the third base line, and it looks
That's
like
going to be a score.
Cardinals will get a run
Calvert
here.
Hall.
Runner advancing.
Throw it to second, see if he can tag him. That's overthrown by Matt Wills. Runner advances to second. Yeah, that's a good hit by Chase Tavalli right by the third baseman. Danny Likas couldn't get there in time. But I'm going to say right now, as a pitcher, Pete's going to have to keep his head up. He's had 3 great innings. Now he's got to face Alex Kahn, their number 2 hitter, their third baseman. He's a great hitter. He's been on varsity for a while, so hopefully this is going to be a great battle right here. That's a first strike, though.
Yeah, let's definitely see what Pete can do here. You know, after a sequence of bad events for the Hounds there, this would be very important if Pete can try to get a strikeout or some sort of out on one of Cardinals' best players.
This will be a huge out.
Try to get Gilman out of the hole they're in right now during this inning.
That's going to be low. Good stop by Matt Wills, though. You don't want that going through your legs, or that second baseman or that runner on second base is going to get to third, and that might end up being a run scored. So good block from Matt Wills. High pitch. Pete's just got to, calm down a little bit. His team's in a little bit of a hole, but he'll be okay. He's just got to calm down and throw strikes. Foul tip right there, 2-2. It's just what Pete needed. Get another strike on the board. That's gonna be another foul. Two and two.
Cardinals dugout getting a little animated here.
Cheering on their teammate. Curveball. Caught by Owen Holmgren. Double play. That is just great awareness by Owen Holmgren right there. Way to be ready for that catch, and Pete's going to go give him a little love right there for getting him out of the inning.
Making up for the error that he had at the beginning of that inning and absolutely redeeming himself with making the out and getting the double play. We'll see you in the bottom of the third. Welcome back here in the bottom of the third. Owen Holmgren, first time up, had an RBI single and fresh off a double play now, and he will foul that one off to the right for a count as a strike.
That's just what you're going to do when you're coming off a hot double play, and you're just going to come out swinging because he's already confident, and that's what you love to see at the plate from a veteran varsity member, Owen Holmgren.
He will hit that one down the first base line. It will be surely an easy out.
You know, that's just, I mean, Owen's hitting right down the right field line. That's the second time he hit down there. Grounded out. Maybe if that caught some air, he would have been able to get on first if that went over the first baseman's head, but, you know, unlucky there, grounded out. Now we got Colin McPherson, who struck out first, looking to get on base this time.
One of the lefties on this Greyhound squad.
That's going to be a ball inside on Colin. 1-0 count. Hit to the shortstop.
Not a great throw for the shortstop there. Colin will get on base.
You know, that's just a little chopper right there that it's tough to field. Got there a little slow, and Colin's just too fast to get there, and then you have the poor throw. So everything works in Colin's favor. Now we're catcher, Matt Wills.
He was walked the first time.
And then we'll be heading to the top of the lineup. Number 16 hit to the shortstop, going for a double play here.
They will get it.
I mean, that's what Calvert Hall needed right there. They needed a quick inning to keep their pitcher not that tired and to get their batters back up. That's tough.
Three batters for the Hounds there and 3 outs. Score is 5-1 heading into the 4th. Lamar King up to bat for the Cardinals. Let's see what Pete can do here after facing a little bit of adversity in the previous inning with an error and a ball that got through Matt Will's legs. They did allow a run, but bounced back at the end of the inning when Owen Holmgren made a great double play.
Lamar King 0-1. It went by Matt Wills, but nothing to worry. No runners on base.
1-1 is the count.
Pete's at 52 pitches right now. You know, he's going with his fastballs, change-ups, curveballs, may have a couple sliders here and there. That's a great pitch, high fastball, really hard to hit as a hitter. You're not really expecting that, and you got to adjust to hit that. 1-2 count for Pete. That's a curveball, gonna be fielded up. No, never mind, the umpire called it foul. 1-2.
Looked like Pete was going to have to make a play on that if it was fair.
That would have been a pretty typical play for Pete. Throw it to Owen, who's already waiting on first base. 1-2 still. Tough frame for Matt Wills, trying to get that right in front of the plate so he could get that strike 3 call from the umpire, but dropped it right there. Now up to 2-2. Chopper right there. Casey catches it, throws it to Owen.
A little bit low, but
great stretch.
does get the out.
Great stretch by Owen. You know, Owen's having a pretty good day today. He's got the double play. He had that nice line drive down the right field line, getting a couple scoops here and there. Well done by Owen Holmgren. Pete has got 1 out, 56 pitches.
Now batting number 2, John Harris.
John Harris up to bat for the Cardinals here.
He's their designated hitter.
And he is hit with that pitch and will get on base.
You know, that was an inside curveball. He's just going to shake that off. Calvert Hall bench is going to love to see that. Pete's shaking that off. No worries.
Again, let's see how Pete responds to the adversity after hitting a batter. Let's see how he can do
Pete's not worried at all.
against Jake Butler. Ooh.
Get him at second. That's
Looked like a little bit of an errant throw from Matt Wills there. Let's see if the pitcher and catcher can shake it off here. Try to record it out.
You know, right field is pretty far back there. That's a tough field for him, especially when Owen's in disarray when that ball hits off his knee. So Matt Will's going to pitch call right now. Pete's got 1-1.
Swing and a miss there.
Yeah, Jake Butler's just a little late on that pitch. 0-2 count now. It's got to be swinging earlier than that when Pete's throwing those those mid-90s. That's strike
That would be a
3.
looking strikeout for Pete, again displaying that fastball that he has.
I mean, that's what Pete loves to see that. I mean, 3 strikes in a row. That's great for Pete, especially as you're getting later into this game. You know, Pete's gonna want to throw as few pitches as he wants and as many innings as possible. Another tip. Danny's gonna throw that to first base. Way to get Pete out of the inning there, boys. That's great. That's just great defense by Gilman. Way to get out of the inning.
Again, Gilman responding to adversity within that inning and will come out unscathed. See you in the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back to Greyhound TV. Here in the bottom of the 4th, we have Ryan Martinez.
Now batting number
John, what has
12,
he done so far today?
Ryan
Well,
Martinez.
Ryan, first pitch, wonderful double. Way to start off the game, and then had a fielder's choice. Had his second at bat, looking to get another on base. Hit right here, hopefully another double.
Batting .385 on the season. Take
Yeah.
that ball high.
You know, and I will say, Ryan, he is one of the most disciplined hitters on this team, maybe the most disciplined. I've heard it from his teammates, from his coaches. I mean, he's just a great player. No wonder San Francisco was going after him.
Yeah, heading to San Francisco in the footsteps of his brother Tyler, who is previously on this team and definitely one of the leaders. Ryan does take a strike there, though, so it will be 1-1.
You know, it seems as Calvert Hall is starting to climb out of their pitching slump and really starting to potentially heat up with another strike right there. Ryan doesn't seem to be liking those low pitches. Might have to swing on this next low pitch if it comes. 1-2. Hits it to Alex Kahn. Can't get it. Oh, but he does. That's great concentration by Alex Kahn right there. Hits off his glove, catches it midair, and makes a play.
Yeah, that is why Kahn is one of the more talented,
Now batting number 9.
better players on this Cardinals team. It looked like he may have lost the ball, but with that good arm strength was able to get it there in time.
All right, we got sophomore Adam Hicks up at bat. Inside, ball 1. He's going to hit that down to the shortstop. Try and beat that throw out, and he does. Error on the first baseman who just can't seem to scoop it up.
Yeah, it looked like the ball may have been there in time, but the first baseman was unable to get that.
Yeah, that's just a tough play for Mike Winicky right there, having to scoop it up. You know, it's the ball's coming at the very last second. He's got to make the play, and he just couldn't. Now we got Casey Bishop up at bat again, looking to make a great hit here and try and get Adam to third or even home. And that's a shot down in the left center right there. Nothing the left fielder can really do about that. Right between the third baseman and the shortstop. Hit by Casey Bishop.
Yeah, Casey having a great day so far for the Hounds. He's just been all over the place.
Now they got their number 4 DH hitting in replacement of Matt Liddell, who actually was hitting pretty well against BL with 2 hits on this past Friday. But Trevor, their DH, their number 4, looking to send one out of here.
Yeah, as we said earlier, Trevor, if he makes good contact with the ball, he can really send it. So we'll see if he can do that here.
Trevor, 0-1 to start. Was looking to turn on that ball, but decided not to on the last second. Let's see what he's got. Pitcher's checking on Adam on second base. No one was covering though.
He'll foul that one back.
0-2. You know, Trevor, just looking to make big contact there. Just missed it by a hair, and it goes back. You know, if he's getting the bear on it square, you know where it's going to go. So let's see what he's got here. Curveball, shot way up in the air. That's going to be over the Gilman dugout. And he's got another chance at the net bat.
The count is 0-2, so Trevor does have some work to do.
Let's see if he can get a nice hit here to keep the Hounds' hitting streak going. That's a ball.
Yeah, that one will be very low.
From the pitcher, Ryan Seifert right there. He's at 36 pitches right now, 1 and 2 count. You know, he's been seen to get Calvert Hall out of this pitching slump. Let's see what Seifert's got against Trevor. That's a low pitch right there.
Great
Calvert
job by
Hall.
Trevor stopping his swing there. It looked like he wanted to swing at first, but saw that it went low.
Calvert Hall families and bench not loving that call by the umpire there at all. But Trevor lives for the next pitch. 2-2. That's another low pitch, and the runners are going to advance right there, but going to be held up at third. Now they're really in scoring position. Trevor just needs to get a nice single for Adam and maybe even Casey to score right here.
Yeah, I mean, great job by Trevor to fight back in this at-bat. As I said before, it was 0-2, and now we got a full count. So
yeah, I mean, he's just fighting right now. And as I said before, when you get these 6, 7, 8 pitch at-bats, I mean, you're just working the pitcher, and that's what your main job is to do as a hitter. And he was a little late on that, and the shortstop fumbles it, and it is
oh my God!
And that's another error. And will Casey Bishop score? He's going to get down, and he's out.
Looked like there was some confusion there on whether Casey should go home or not. Looked like he did have enough time, hesitated, and then went for it and was out.
Coach Sheets sent him. You know, it's tough when you're a runner, and you just got to sometimes have faith in your coaches by sending you home. You know,
that little bit of hesitation can really cost you, as you see
there.
there.
It really does kill you right there, because that throw can go beaming to the catcher, especially if it's on target. You're most likely going to be tagged out.
Hubeck up now with 2 outs and a man on first.
Outside ball for the first pitch. You know, Pete's been having an awesome game. He's been pitching great, been hitting great. He can get another hit and add to the Hound score. That's the second outside ball in a row from Ryan Seifert right there. Pete looking to work the pitcher right here. That's a nice line drive in between the shortstop and the third baseman to the left fielder. That's a great hit, keeping this hitting streak alive for the Hounds.
Danny Likas up to bat again. He has struggled a bit today, but coming in today was one of the most efficient hitters on this team. Pete will have someone pinch run for him, but again, Peter's work in this game has been not only pitching but batting as well, and he's been great on both sides of the ball.
And Ryan Seifert's going to be taken out after a 41 pitch streak for him.
Yeah, although the scoreboard might not say it, Seifert really did kind of change the momentum of the game in a way. I mean, they were allowing 4 runs in the first inning, and now Seifert go out for a change.
All right, we'll be back.
Welcome back to Greyhound TV. As you guys can see on the screen, Gilman is set to take on St. Mary's tomorrow, weather permitting. There does seem to be some rain in the forecast, and Calvert Hall will take on Curley this Thursday. You can see the schedules for both teams.
That's going to be a home game for Calvert Hall, looking to get that home field advantage against Curley. That's going to be a rivalry game. You know, Curley's 3-1 this year, tied with John Carroll, who's also 3-1, second in the MIAA conference, with Spalding leading first place 4-0. They've been a great team this year. Calvert Hall's looking to.
Joe Zito now on the mound for Calvert Hall against Danny Likas. Danny Likas has struggled in this game, but as I said before, he is one of the more efficient hitters on this team. Let's see if he can change things around against Zito.
Yep, Joey Zito. You know, I mean, Danny Likas, he had an 0-3 at bat, but he's looking to not even worry about that and have a great one this time. That's a curveball tough pitch right there. That's a strike.
Yeah, definitely a slow pitch there and caught Danny kind of off guard.
Joey Zito's also a lefty pitcher. Lefty pitchers are pretty rare, but they can kind of find spots that sometimes righty hitters will have tough times finding, especially on that curveball that curves in. That's a tough curveball to hit right there. Danny 0-2. Another curveball.
Runners will advance as the ball goes behind the catcher.
That seemed like that almost hit his foot right there.
Yeah.
Must have just bounced before. Now, Danny 1-2. He's got to protect the plate, but he's looking to get a hit right here to advance our two runners on
Trevor
base.
on
We got
third
Trevor.
and the pinch runner
We
at
got
second.
pinch runner on second, who I believe is Paquette.
1-2 count for Danny here.
And
Zito will get him swinging.
And he's caught swinging. Danny frustrated about that at bat. 2 tough at bats for him, but he's gotta keep his positive energy going, because you know that can really affect how you play in the field and at bat.
Yeah, that will take us into the 5th inning. Score: Hounds 6, Cardinals 1. Welcome back to Greyhound TV. We are in the top of the 5th. Peter Hubeck is still on the mound. So far in the day, he has 4 strikeouts, and he's thrown 63 pitches, 40 of which were strikes. He's only allowed 2 hits on the day and did hit 1 batter with a pitch.
You know, Nate, that's just that excellent pitcher that he is right there. 4 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 hit by pitch, with 40 strikes out of his 63, now 64. That's just great statistics from Pete Hubeck. Matt Wills dropping the ball, but the hitter who's up to bat right now, number 33, Mike Winicky, the lefty and the starting first baseman today. Inside ball.
2-1 count. That one will be hit hard, foul to the right.
He really pulled that one. He was very early on it and went onto the field adjacent to the baseball field. Two and two. That's a beautiful curveball by Pete right there. You know, just sinks right in. That's a tough at bat for Mike Winicky.
That'll make it 5 strikeouts on the day for Pete.
I mean, he's just on fire today. Now up to bat, number 15. That's going to be Scott Borgman. Who is hitting for the Starting shortstop, Wispy. That's going to be a fair ball right there, dropped by Owen Holmgren. You know, that's a tough spot right there, right in between the right fielder and the first baseman.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard play to make there for Owen Holmgren.
You know, he's looking over his shoulders to try and catch it. Tough to get position. Now we got Rakeem Smith, starting center fielder.
I think that will still count as a hit, not an error.
Foul, hit his leg. That might sting in the morning. Pete 0-1. Looking to strike out Rakeem Smith right here.
Foul again to that right side.
You know, that just shows how late some people are on these fast pitches from Pete. They're going way to the right.
Cardinals dugout definitely animated during this 5th inning.
Trying to keep this game alive. It's all about energy. Ooh, beautiful pitch, called strike 3.
And that'll be another looking strikeout. That'll be his 6th strikeout on the day.
I mean, he's just doing great. He's at 73 pitches with 6 strikeouts. They're back at the top of the lineup with Chase Diwali.
Man on first for the Cardinals with 2 outs. Diwali up to bat.
Diwali previously had a hit on his last at-bat. He's looking to get another one. Pete's looking to strike him out.
Little high on the first pitch.
You know, those high fastballs may be tempting, but that's a good eye from Chase Diwali right there. Blocked. Hit Matt Wills in the head.
The runner will advance to second.
That was an errant pitch by Pete. Tough to grab for Matt right there, but no worries. 2-0 count. They got a runner on second. Chase is looking to drive him in and make this a 6-2 game. Pete's looking to strike him out.
Again, let's see how Pete responds after making a mistake. Thus far in the game, each time a mistake has been made either by him or his teammates, he's been able to respond.
Yep.
He comes back right away with a strike there.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about that adversity, and you know that's what some of these scouts are looking for. They're not looking for that easy 3 strikes in a row. They're looking for him to go and really work through a tough error or a couple of balls and turn it around and really win this game for the Hounds. That's going to be a foul ball right there. Again, these Calvert Hall hitters have been a little late on Pete's fastball, really showing how he's bringing the heat. 2-2 count for Pete and Chase.
Pete trying to record the 3rd out and end the top of this inning.
Looking for his 7th strikeout right here. Beautiful
and he gets
pitch.
It.
That's just great from Pete Hubeck right there, finishing with his 7th strikeout at 78 pitches. Wouldn't be surprised if that was his last pitch right there. And we'll see you all in the bottom of the 5th.
Welcome back to Greyhound TV on Barrett Field at Gilman School. Heading into the bottom of the fifth, we have Joey Zito on the mound for the Cardinals, trying to end this entire fifth inning a little with at least somewhat of a positive note. Try not to allow any more runs. So far, the Hounds have scored 6, and the Cardinals only have 1. John, who will be up for the Hounds?
Well, we got our first baseman right here, number 5, Owen Holmgren, coming off a 1 and 2 appearance today. He had a hit and a ground out to right field. After that, we're going to have Colin McPherson, but Owen is looking to get his second hit of the day.
Owen also has been making plays on the defensive side of the ball as well. Came up with a double play that was pretty big at the end of, I think, the second or third inning, I believe. 0-1 count for Owen here.
That might be caught by the first baseman right there, and he does. Winicky reels that in.
Yeah, something interesting to look at is how the Gilmans have done so far against the lefty. They have definitely not been as successful against Zito, the left-handed pitcher. I believe we're going to have a pinch hit here.
Yep, nope, that's not Colin. That is Matt Likas right there.
One of the senior leaders on this team pinch hitting. We'll see what he can do.
Matt, strong kid. As Nate said, a senior leader. James Madison commit, if I will add, and he's looking to get on base and start this Gilman run yet again. And he just destroys that ball down the left field line, but it's foul.
Just barely foul.
I mean, that was a great shot. You already know Matt's just coming up here fired up to come crush that ball.
Matt, another one of these very powerful hitters. He can, if he makes good contact, he can definitely put one out of the.
0-1 count for Matt Likas. Strike 2 for Matt. Calvert Hall bench fired up about that one, encouraging Joe Zito to keep pitching strong. Matt looking for another strong line drive. That's a curveball. Matt knew that was coming. He's sprinting down first base line, and their second baseman just can't get that one up. That's a tough field for Jack Kerr right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that will be an error or not. It looked like it may have bumped off the bag, but you know, you still got to make that play. And we'll have a pinch runner on for Matt.
That is, I believe, Colin right there. And we got another pinch hitter. We got Stash Kaminsky, number 15, up at bat. He's another one of these big kids that we have here at Gilman. He's a great hitter. He's a big dude, and he's looking to hit Colin, who is now a pinch runner on the second or third.
Stash with a .222 average so far this season. Swing and a miss there for him.
A little behind on that first pitch. Stash, a junior this year, I might add. 0-1, looking to make something happen right here.
Another swing and a miss. Coming up very aggressive, trying to get a big hit, but maybe needs to tone it down a little bit and play a little bit more disciplined.
Yeah, I agree, Nate. You know, he's got to be a little bit more disciplined up at the plate. You can tell he's looking for where that ball's going to go. He's got to keep his head in, locked in, and make nice contact to get a nice hit.
Looking strikeout for Stash there.
You know, that's tough for your, you know, it's middle of the game, first at bat, and you know, you just get a strikeout. You got to be locked in though.
Back up to the top of the order with Ryan Martinez. See if he can have a little bit more success against this left-handed pitcher that many of the Hounds have struggled against so far.
That's going to be a strike for Ryan right there. You know, tough pitch, but he's got to keep locked in.
Yeah, Zito definitely playing well for these Cardinals, giving the Hounds a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I'd say on these past 2 innings, they've been playing, at least from the pitching standpoint, pretty well defensively. They got to just clean up a few errors. Oh, and a late steal by Cowan, and they just can't field it, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Defensively, they've been struggling. Alex Kahn just couldn't field that one right there.
Again, you got to feel for these Cardinals pitchers. They're doing, or at least Zito's doing all the right stuff, and they're just not able to make the plays in the field for him.
That's the tough part about being a pitcher. Martinez got to capitalize right now. 1-1 with 2 outs.
Very inside there.
2-1. Going to step up to the plate.
Martinez, another one of these multi-sport athletes for the Hounds. He's played varsity soccer and baseball for 3 out of the 4 years.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. Very fast, very agile, and great at both sports that he plays. He's going to have to dig this one out. Alex Kahn's got to make that play, and he does. Way to get out of the inning for Calvert Hall. Still 6-1 here at the Gilman School.
We'll see you in the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Greyhound TV. Right now, Peter Hubeck is still on the mound. As you guys can see here, we have the standings for the MIAA so far. Both Gilman and Calvert Hall are 2-2, tied for fourth place. Spalding is in first, 4-0, and Curley and John Carroll are tied for second, sitting at 3-1. John, are you surprised that Pete Hubeck's still pitching here?
You know, as I've been saying before, Pete's been doing, and Gilman's been doing a great job of getting out of innings. He's at 79 pitches. That's the 80th right there. And he's 2-0 right now. This is going to be a tough inning for him. I mean, this is his 6th inning up. They're facing one of their better hitters right here. I mean, and Pete's been winning the battle with Alex Kahn, and that's going to be a pop-up right there.
Definitely a high pop-up there.
And that's going to be caught by the center fielder right there. Great catch. Just another routine play for
the center fielder for the Hounds.
Yep. That was Matt Liddell again, number 3. I mean, he's just automatic. Matt knows they're shifting over. If you look at the outfield, this is a pretty good hitter right here. Number 4, Lamar King. You know, and I mean, as I was saying before, Pete, he's been doing great out here. He's at 82 pitches, and that's just what goes to show. I mean, he's been doing great. 7 strikeouts now.
Yeah, you can see the stamina that Pete has. I mean, to throw 83 pitches and still be able to execute at a high level, there's not many high school pitchers who are able to do that.
Right.
right on cue. Pete throws a pitch right into the ground.
No, he's at a.
Apologies for the announcer jinx there.
Well,
And, yep,
nope. Pete's saying he's good. Coach Sheets might disagree. Believe he just actually hit that batter right there.
yeah, it did. It bounced off the ground and hit the batter. Pete is going to stay on the mound.
He wants to finish this inning.
Pete maybe not wanting to go out on that note.
Nope, he's got one out right now, one man on base. We got up to bat number 2,
Batting number 2, John Harris.
who's the DH, John Harris, hitting for Jack Kerr, the second baseman.
Little high there from Hubeck. Again, as I feel like I've said every inning, let's see how Pete can respond to a little bit of adversity. So far, he's done that well. Outside there for Hubeck. It does seem as though the fatigue may be getting to him.
Yeah, I mean, when you get up to 86 pitches, I mean, it's really tough to battle through. But, you know.
Runner's going to try to steal.
Not
a great throw there from Matt Wills.
Yeah, I mean, that's outside. I mean, when Ryan Martinez is covering that, you got to throw that inside of second base because he can't reach across to the shortstop side to go grab that for the tag. Can't lead him too much. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah,
for
great
Pete.
pitch there actually from Pete. Kind of distracted by the steal, but it was a good pitch.
Curveball.
Pete trying to make a
Pete's
play
gonna
here.
Make a play.
Loses it.
Doesn't matter. He still gets the out.
Runner does advance to third though.
Pete's a little frustrated about that. Doesn't want to bobble that ball, but he's just got to get out of this inning. He's just got to stay focused. Now up to bat is number 8, Jake Butler, the left fielder.
Jake Butler.
Cardinals do have a man on third as Peter throws yet another strike.
I mean, that was just a laser of a pitch right there, going right down the middle. That's a great pitch. 0-1 for Jake Butler.
Little high there. Swing and a miss there for Butler.
You know, he's at 92 pitches, or 93, excuse me. And that's just full perseverance right there from Pete. I mean, he's got such a strong arm, looking to get this batter out. He's at a 1-2.
Low there.
In the ground there. 2-2. He's not worried though.
Yeah, when the count's 1-2, Pete can definitely afford to have a pitch or two like that.
Definitely. You can afford for a pitch that may be a ball. Runner looking to steal. There's a pop fly.
That will
It's
go
gonna be
foul.
foul.
Holmgren trying to make a play.
Holmgren makes the
Does.
play. Great play by Owen Holmgren. Gets Pete Hubeck out of the inning. Great plays by the defense.
Amazing job again by Pete to keep his composure, especially after Coach Sheets coming out there and talking to him. Pete is able to close the inning, and again, the Cardinals are unable to get a run. Welcome back to Barrett Field here, where Adam Hicks is up for the Greyhounds in the bottom of the 6th. And he is immediately hit by a pitch and will go to first base. First real struggles for Zito on the day. I mean, could just be one errant throw, but he has been pretty good against the Hounds so far today.
Yeah, I agree, Nate. He's been doing pretty well as a pitcher, especially out of the 3 Calvert Hall pitchers we've seen today. But, you know, he's only at 19 pitches, but hits the first batter. Casey Bishop's up to bat, looking to get another hit on the day.
Gilman attempting to steal here and will be...
That's a great steal from Adam right there. Was ahead on the pitch. Casey faked a bunt, took it back. Got in the way of the pitcher a little bit. Great play by the Hounds overall right there. 1 ball, no strikes for Casey Bishop. High ball right there for Casey Bishop. Way to stay disciplined by him.
2-0 count for Bishop here. Could be looking for a big swing here.
That's going to be a strike right there. Tough pitch for Casey Bishop, a little inside right there. Didn't really like the pitch, maybe a little low as well. 2-1 for Casey Bishop. You know, Joey Vito right here, he's just looking to get out of the inning. You know, Calvert Hall's really got a rebound on the offensive side, but Pete's just been too good, and he's been a tough pitcher to hit. And no one's even there to cover.
Yeah, Vito looking to pick off there, but there really was no one there.
That's just a miscommunication between Calvert Hall.
Two and 1 count for Bishop.
That's just a high ball.
Very high. 3-1 count for Bishop now.
All right, Casey's gonna be looking to hit on this one. I mean, he's got a perfect count right here. 3-1. Pitcher's got to throw a strike. He's looking to hit this one far. Oh, wow.
Wow, Casey did not think that was a strike. He already thrown his bat and started going to first base.
You know, you will find sometimes when batters do that and they get a little cocky, the umpire's just going to call a strike on them just because they find that, you know, they got to wait. It's just an umpire thing. 3-2. They actually cleared the board right there. 3-2. Strike 3.
Bishop tried to check his swing there, but was unable to on a high pitch. Casey definitely frustrated after thinking he had a walk.
That's a tough at-bat. Trevor Wiener up to bat. Got a man on second, looking to make a play out of this and extend this lead. That's going to be a foul right there. 0-1.
One count for Wiener. Joe Zito. The Hounds have a man on second base. Off-speed pitch there.
That's just not a great pitch. The catcher can tell him. He already stood up for that ball.
That'll bring the count to 1-1.
Trevor, line drive past the third baseman, and they are going to hold up Adam Hicks at third. Great hit by Trevor Wiener right there. Pete Hubeck up to bat. He's been having a heck of a game today. We got a pinch runner coming out.
Great job by Trevor Wiener to get that base hit and advance the runner to third. See if Peter can continue the success that the Hounds are having so far in the sixth. Peter already has 2 hits so far today. See if he can get a third here.
I mean, that's just what I've been saying. Pete, 2 hits on the day. He's been pitching wonderful. A little late on that one. He was looking for a big hit right there. 0-1 for Pete Hubeck.
Peter's just so composed when he's out there. He never really seems to be frustrated or have anything get in his head. Even when he makes an errant throw or swings and misses, he just seems so calm.
I mean, he's just a veteran player. I mean, he's been playing for so long at such a high level. Already committed to college. I mean, that is why he's that composed. Throwing it back to the first baseman right there. Unable to tag out the base runner, though. Pete
crushed that one.
Fly to right field. Well, it looks like
yeah, another error by Calvert Hall here, I believe.
See, that was very interesting right there because the runner on second had to tag up. They didn't get the throw in time. The first baseman wasn't really aware, and they got another runner home anyway. So 7-1. A lot of throws all over the place on the field. A couple errant ones. Calvert Hall's got to clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, again, not helping out your pitcher who's been playing pretty well.
Danny Likas up the bat here. He's been struggling in the past 2 at-bats, striking out both times. Let's see if he can, good eye to the first pitch. See if he can bounce back, though.
Yeah, I believe he's one of the few hitters today for the Hounds that has not had a hit. Maybe he can change that here. One no count for him.
That's going to be a foul ball right there. 1-1 count for Danny Likas. Hit right to the second baseman, fielded pretty cleanly. Oh, and the first baseman can't scoop it up.
It's going to be a base hit for Danny Likas. Single, first time on base today.
That might be listed as an error right there on the first baseman. That's just, I mean, for the pitcher, that's tough to see. I mean, you know, the second baseman fields it cleanly, and then the first baseman just can't pick that one up. Maybe it was a little low, but nothing he could have done. Owen Holmgren up to bat.
Owen actually has a batting average of .600 on the season thus far.
I mean, that's just gonna show you
he's had a great day as well today.
Great hitter. Behind that one, maybe hesitated a little bit and then swung anyway. 1-1 count for Owen Holmgren.
Gilman with a man on first and third. Owen Holmgren up to bat.
2 outs.
If the Cardinals want to make any sort of miracle happen in the 7th, they definitely are going to have to try to record an out here before another run for the Hounds gets in.
I agree.
Owen showing bunt, and then not a great throw by
Danny
Vito.
Likas advances to second base. Both runners now in scoring position. That's a strike right there. Nice frame by the catcher right there. I would say that was a 50-50 strike or ball right there. 2-2.
Man on second and third.
That's a foul ball right there. First baseman's going to go for it, but then be unable to catch it. Still 2-2 for Owen Holmgren. Two and two count with 2 outs. Owen Holmgren up to bat.
And he will swing. That'll be the third out of this 6th inning. The score is 7 for the Hounds and 1 for the Cardinals as we head into the final inning of baseball here at Barrett Field. We will see you in the top of the 7th. Welcome back here to Greyhound TV. Peter Hubeck is done for the day. He pitched 6 innings and only allowed 1 run with 7 strikeouts. Up on the mound now for the Hounds is Casey Bishop, another senior committed to Towson. Two and 0 count. Owen Liberto here. Hubeck is now playing first base. Holmgren looks like he may have slid over to second. Great pitch there by Casey. The count is now 2-2. 3-2 count here for Liberto against Casey Bishop.
Well, I will say Pete had a great run, though. Won't you say the same, Nate?
Yes, he did. That's
a tough error on Danny Likas. Went right through his legs.
yeah.
Casey here, just looking to finish out this game.
Yeah, Casey up here against Mike Winicky. Swing and a miss for Winicky.
That's a nice pitch there by Casey. Had a lot of movement there, sunk a little bit. Mike just couldn't make any contact.
Runner seems to be stealing.
Oh, that was a pretty good throw by Matt Wills, though.
Yeah, the runner just had a really good jump on that one. Looked like he was going to be there in time no matter what.
Yeah, that's tough to field right there. No outs for the Hounds, 1 strike. That's a high fly ball for Matt Liddell. But that's 3 catches.
And a great throw to stop the runner at second.
I mean, that's 3 caught balls by Matt Liddell. Clearly, as I said before, automatic. Casey's got 1 out. Looking to face number 15.
Scott Borgman.
Ball outside.
Just barely.
That's just a tough pitch. You know, you're looking to get the batter to swing on those outside pitches. Sometimes you'll get them, sometimes you won't. It just depends on how disciplined the hitter is. High fastball by Casey. 2-0 count.
Let's see how another Gilman pitcher responds to a little bit of adversity. Not exactly where he wants to be. Throws a great strike right there.
Exactly. I mean, this Hounds team has been experiencing some adversity throughout the games. Couple errors here, couple bad pitches there. You know, maybe a couple pop-ups, couple strikeouts, but they just keep battling.
Oh.
Off Casey Bishop's glove. Owen Holmgren with a nice slide. Wow. That's a great play right there. Pete Hubeck encouraging Casey Bishop right there. Great scoop by Pete. You know, Pete, not a typical first baseman, but he can definitely play around, especially because he's had so much baseball experience. Owen Holmgren now at second base.
You see again why Peter is one of the leaders on this team, going over to encourage his teammate Casey, who's on the mound. As Casey starts this one off with a nice strike.
There are runners on first and third, definitely in scoring position. Calvert Hall is looking to make a late run to maybe even tie this up, but they got a lot more runs to put on the board. That's
Another
a great
pitch.
You can see how the batter right now, number 21, just turned in on on the inside. Rakeem Smith, he just turned in, and sometimes that's what those curveballs will do to you. Check swing.
They say he did check it.
Tough call. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Casey Bishop.
Man on first and third.
Looking to get his first strikeout of the day. Another foul. 1-2. Casey Bishop looking to get this strikeout right here. Another foul. You know, Rakeem Smith right here, he's making a great battle. He's protecting that plate. Still 1-2. Casey's looking for his first strikeout of the day.
Runner stealing.
Throwing to first. Great play by Danny Likas. You know, that's a smart play. I wouldn't have thrown that home when you're up by 6 runs, now 5, and it's now 7-2. But getting that second out now, the Hounds just need 1 more out to finish off this game.
Absolutely. When you have that much of a cushion for the lead, you're willing to take that trade there. I mean, the second out, only 1 away now, as you said.
That's just an outside ball right there. We got number 26, Chase DeValle, back at the top of the lineup again. Looking to keep his team alive in such a desperate situation. 2-0 for Casey. Casey's just looking to end this game right here. Casey's 2-0. He's just got to stay focused, got to stay disciplined. Doesn't need to do too much, just throw some strikes. That's a nice strike right there. Low in the strike zone, 2-1. Beautiful pitch by Casey Bishop.
That will be a hit. As they're waving another one home. Calvert Hall having a little bit of a late run here.
Yeah, Gilman's got to be a little bit more aware. Owen didn't kind of just held on the ball. I mean, maybe he could have thrown it to Casey or Matt at home plate. Now they got to face Alex Kahn, who's a great hitter with a man on first. You know,
Yeah.
they're at they're top of the lineup, and we'll see what he's got in stage. He swung there, strike. Just crossed that plane. I mean, sometimes when you're going for a check swing, you really got to hold yourself back.
This should be another good battle. We saw that Peter did very well against Kahn, but let's see how Casey can do. So far with one strike.
That's another
That
strike
should be
right
another,
there.
yeah. 0-2.
0-2. Now Casey's got a little room to do what he wants here. I would say just keep it consistent. You know, maybe throw a curveball, outside fastball, maybe even go high fastball.
Casey trying to put this one away as the runner steals.
Foul tip. I would have thought that was strike 3 right there, but I missed that. No worries though. Foul tip. The runner who was stealing has to go back to first. You know, when you're down 2 outs, 2 strikes especially, you're running on every single pitch. Just because if you get that head jump. 1-2. Good stop by Matt Wills, not letting the runner chase the volley, advance to second base. 1-2 count for Casey Bishop. That's going to be a line drive. Can Ryan Martinez make the play?
No.
Pete Hubeck misses the scoop there. Tough miss.
And again, the Hounds are struggling in this final inning. It was a dominant performance through the first 6 for Gilman, but they have been struggling defensively in this last inning.
You know, when you have a little bit of a switch up, putting Pete at first, maybe the chemistry changes a little bit. Gilman's just got to finish it off right here. Casey's pitching pretty well. He's only had 21 pitches. He's got 2 outs. He's just got to get one more against the catcher, Lamar King. Ground ball to Casey Bishop, and that's how you finish the game right there. Hounds are going to win 7-3. Great game by Gilman.
Yeah, Gilman wins 7-3, moving its conference record to 3-2, while Calvert Hall falls to 2-3 in conference.
So, you know, that was an uncharacteristic performance by Calvert Hall with 8 errors on the game. Typically, and if you look right here, Gilman and Calvert Hall giving hats off to each other. Can't shake hands this year due to COVID, which is always disappointing, but they're still showing their sportsmanship. And then great job by Peter Hubeck today. Definitely the MVP of the day. You know, he had, I believe 96 or 98 pitches on the mound, and he had 3 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, 2 hits with 2 RBIs. I mean, just what a day for Pete Hubeck. Well done.
Yeah, and weather permitting, we will bring you tomorrow's baseball game against St. Mary's. Thank you so much for watching Greyhound TV. I'm Nate Block alongside John Cavanaugh. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow.
Have a great night.